This podcast is part of the Frederick Podcast Network. Learn more at listenfrederick.com.
Beers in the Lot is partnered with the Hockey Podcast Network.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Beers in the Lot. Before we get going, let me just remind you about our shop at beersinthelot.com/shop. That's where you can get the t-shirts and other merchandise with Beers in the Lot logos on it. Also, check out beersinthelot.com for anything else you might be curious about this podcast. And be sure to join the Discord at beersinthelot.com/Discord. All right, so for episode 178, we talked about how the Old Fat Bald Guys Hockey League is starting back up. We talked about Willie Nylander's new contract and about the World Junior Championships. All right, pitter patter, let's crack the beers.
Danny, what are you drinking this evening, sir?
I am drinking Defy Tradition, a double dry hopped New England IPA from Country Boy Brewing. Yeehaw.
Country Boy.
I've never heard of it. I picked it up at the store. First time having it because I had the fucking flu like 2 weeks ago. So
How is boy spelled?
the normal way. It's the normal way.
B-O-Y.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
When you said store, did you go to like a Tractor Supply and get that, or like where do you
Nah,
go?
man. Walmart. Come on.
Oh yeah, Walmart.
Walmart,
Right.
of course.
What do you got tonight, Riggs? You seem to be like shaking your head. Is it good? Is it a bad crack? What happened?
It was a bad crack. Let's say
Ah.
that. New brewery in Frederick, in downtown Frederick, actually right next door to Attaboy, called Rack Brewing Company, spelled R-A-K, Rack, Brass Tacks American IPA, which is supposed to be their like regular house IPA. Yeah, it was a bad crack. I think this was canned almost a month ago, so maybe lost a little bit of pressure there. But not too bad.
Yeah,
Decent.
month isn't too bad.
Yeah. It's still fresh, tastes decent. So Rack Brewing. Aaron is having a time.
I am. I have an E-Special beer. It's called a Model O, I believe.
It's
It's a
Modelo
Modelo.
time.
It's Modelo time. Modelo E-Special. Yeah, it's good stuff. Can't go wrong. What you got, John?
I have a perpetual IPA from Trogs.
Nice.
Excellent beer.
Perpetually good.
Good beer. Good
Yes.
Yeah,
Good stuff. Good podcast to kick off OFBG season 788.
No, it's season 40, extra large.
Season XL. That's right.
yeah, extra large.
Games got underway last night. Started off pretty good, I thought.
Yeah,
I
wasn't
don't
bad.
know the results of you guys' game off the top of my head.
It was a close game. It was a good game.
One team victorious, the other not. Who is it? John and Riggs, you guys are on the same team, right? And then
Yes.
correct.
Danny's on one of
I
the
feel like they're always on the
I'm
team.
the other. Yeah.
Same team.
No.
It's been twice times in the last 90
But-
years.
But before that,
We've never
right.
been on a team.
right,
Mm.
before
Or
that.
no, I think it was like a handful.
It was too much hate.
Right.
Yeah, if I recall, there was too much hate.
Very
The first time we were on a team together, it was
too much snake venom on one team.
not good. Yeah.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Johnny's turned over a new positivity leaf, so I mean, maybe it's not so bad now, right? I mean, last season I thought it was fine.
I'm not governing by fear. So
Yeah,
So, yeah.
captain of this team. So you've picked Riggs twice now, then, huh?
well, no, random
I
random
don't think
assignment.
that's how. I don't think it's
random
how it happened
assignment,
this time.
Random
Okay.
assignment.
Yeah, they pick the teams and then they randomly assign them to the captains. Yes.
As it should be, honestly.
So the last time they did that, we had a good time, and then naturally the next season after that, they decided not to
Stop
do
doing
that. So they're
That
back.
worked
They're,
so well. There's no way we
Yeah.
can continue doing
they're like everybody had fun. It was good, even teams. You know what? We're not going to do that next season.
Well,
That's right out.
they're I won't dig too
Extenuating
deep into it. Yeah,
circumstances.
this draft was a little different, so we had, I don't know. It was also like the fastest in OFBG history in terms of a draft divvying up teams. So we were in and out pretty quick.
I still want a draft party. I think that would be fun.
They used to do them.
I think we
know.
did that twice.
That would be awesome.
They used to do them.
Yeah.
We got asked to leave Glory Days one time.
Yeah.
See, I want to be asked to leave somewhere.
Right?
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, as somebody who's been asked to leave a few times, it's not as glamorous as you think, Danny.
Well, you're not supposed to bring your own drink, John.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to
That was
waste anything.
one
Jeez.
time, right?
Yeah. Jeez. Well, no, and then like sometimes near like closing time at bars, they're like, "Hey, dude, you here? Last call." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm finishing."
I'll take
no, you're
7 beers, please.
Yeah, and the guy's like, "No, you're finished, not finishing. You're finished. Leave."
You're cut off.
So politely each time. I've never been like hurled out like Will Smith or anything in Fresh Prince. But, I've always been polite. Yeah, we got underway last night. It was a little cold, but like dudes were out in the lot hanging out, so that's always a good sign.
It was windy.
That shows the health of your league.
We had a
Yeah.
heater. There was a heater.
Yeah. A lot of dudes huddled around it.
Yeah, it was a barn burner on the one sheet, but not so close on the other. I think you guys' game was what? It was like 5-3 at the end, towards the end of the game, or
6-3, I
6-3
think.
at the end.
Yeah.
Ours was 12-4. So
Oh,
not quite
close.
12-4. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. It was 3-0 at the end of the first, so it wasn't like out of reach until probably midway to into the second. But
Did you guys score any goals from like beyond the arc, like pro beach hockey from the 3-point line? Is that what it was?
Everything seemed to be very close in this time.
Were you on the winning side or the losing side?
Yes. My team was on the winning side.
Nice.
Oh,
Excellent.
nice
And
job,
I will
Aaron.
say, actually, my New Year's resolution is off to a flying start. I've got 2 assists last night. Good for me. I'm patting myself on the back.
Somebody
Oh,
has
wow.
to.
Somebody has to, right? They probably won't keep up. I'll probably
was
get
the
0 points
target?
the rest of the season.
What was the
To get
target?
more, to be less selfish.
No. Well, how many assists though? What was the specific?
I don't know if I
Number.
had I think more
Yeah, I don't
assists
think
than
there
goals
was
is
any
my, was my
specifics.
team.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or no, double my assists, which probably means 2.
Seems- Fly the banner.
Aaron's done.
Fly
So
the
Aaron's
banner.
Fly the banner. I'm
Aaron's
done.
done.
That's right.
done.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
That's great.
Were you actually passing, or were these like shots that hit the goalie and then the rebound?
No, they were feeds to the front.
nice
Cross
job.
crease feeds that led to tap ins. They were good. They were good
Okay.
He's
passes.
Goodness.
making this sound very glamorous. I'm curious
Well,
now.
I don't know. I mean, they weren't like beautiful passes, but they were the right play. I mean, I don't know.
Actually, it was kind of funny. Eric, after warm-ups, it was kind of weird because like on our sheet, like the first period was kind of weird. It was like you could tell like a bunch of us had a few weeks off.
Hmm.
So
I felt like
yeah,
I felt like there were 30 people on the ice every time I was on the ice in the first period. Every time I turned around, I was running into somebody. Like,
Yeah.
every time I turned around, there's somebody right there. I'm like, what is going on? How many people are on this sheet? Like, anyway.
what did you say though, Eric? You had some choice
Well, after the
words.
first shift, we couldn't get out of our end,
Yeah,
and we have a decent team. We couldn't get out of our end, so we finally get it out, and then we change. And as I'm going to the bench, I said, this team fucking sucks. Right to Johnny.
Yeah.
Because he's the captain.
and Eric and I are changing for each other. So
He's
I
going
go
on for me.
Yeah. So as I go on, I'm already like 2 or 3 strides onto the ice, and I turn around to the bench and I just yell at him. I was like, "Well, you were on the ice, you fucking idiot." So yeah, hey, that shows you. And everybody laughed, like, and then from there, like, kind of just
Then
everyone
we
was
kind of
chill.
we kind of got after it after
Yeah.
that.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm pushing the responsibility back on my teammates. You can't blame me.
My the line I was on, every time we came back to the bench, we felt pretty good. Like we were buzzing. It was good.
Yeah, it was fun. And like I said, probably like 2 or 3 weeks, everything will feel back to normal to some extent. So
Yeah.
I used a line from Be Cool. I was like, "Come on, guys! All we need is a little twinkle, twinkle, baby."
nice.
Willie Nylander got some
I was
twinkle
about to
twinkle.
say.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
we don't
He
need to
got-
talk about
Say,
Island
got-
Boy.
talking about
He
Willie
got
Hay.
a little bit of twinkle twinkle.
Yeah. I'm happy for him. Good. He deserves it.
Yeah, he got paid.
Yeah,
He's
He got paid.
he may not be like, no, I'm gonna say it. He's the best player on that roster.
correct.
Yeah, I agree. Like Matthews is going to put goals up, but like in terms
Right.
of helping others and kind of the last couple of years, they moved him to different lines to jumpstart shit.
Yes.
So like,
Yes.
I love Willie. Like, and
Yeah.
say whatever you want that like he's 11-5 and blah 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 blah. Like, you hear all that shit about comparables, and it kind of bugs me because like my issue with comparables is like just because someone in this market doesn't make this, well, that doesn't matter because it's that player's situation. So
Yeah.
we joke about we're pro player here. So yeah, I mean, as of now, he has 54 points. He's in the top 10 in the league, coming off a career year where he had 40 goals.
Well,
And
the other thing too is
So-
on that team where they're looking for playoff success and advancing, and they want to be cup contenders while they have the core for there plus Morgan Riley, right? He has been the best player for them in the most recent playoff series that they
Yeah.
played. Like for the last couple playoffs, like that's just the way it's been. Like he's consistently performed over the years for them while he's been there. Like he deserved it. And if they weren't going to give it to him, then he was going to go somewhere else and get it. So
Mhm.
So we all agree that he deserved it, but how are they paying that?
well, so it's 11.5 AAV, and then a big chunk, I think like
69 million is in
Is all-
bonuses.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a signing bonus. And I
Nice.
think he gets 40 or 45 of it the first like 4 years. So if I guess the only weird thing with Trilliving is it has a no move clause. And over the course of the coming days, we'll probably see like if that has like, maybe 4 or 5 years of no move. And then after that, there's like, no trade list, however they decide to do it. I don't know. And then, in the back end of the deal, in terms of your actual cash you're paying him, it's not 11. It's going to be a little less, which is good for, a team hypothetically paying him. But also, too, like, it's not Willie's fault, nor a lot of the players, that the cap didn't go up the way it should have. Like, it's not their fault the last, like, 4 years because of the pandemic and everything that the cap has been stagnant and slowed. Now, if you're like, Toronto, where starting next year you have quite a few guys making 9+, that sucks, but that's not the player's fault. And I do think maybe it's just me, like Brad Trilliving has some scar tissue from the Matthew Tkachuk and Johnny Gaudreau situation when he was in Calgary, where unfortunately he had these players, he wanted to get them signed, they pushed it to the free agent window, and then Johnny left, and then Matt was like, I'm out of here. He did pull off a good trade and get Johnny Huberdeau, but he hasn't really fit in that culture in Calgary yet. But maybe that was part of Brad's thing. Like, he was kind of like, you know what? I'd rather get this done now in season, because in the off season, you never know what happens. Because Willie already held out earlier because he, good for him. He stuck to his guns. He's like, I think I'm worth this. And he, he's steadfast in his conviction with his agent, and then also his father, who was previously a contract holdout too. Like, the Nylanders want their damn money, that's for sure. So good on them.
It's my money and I want it now.
Yeah, exactly.
The good news is they'll have, by my count, seven guys hitting UFA at the end of the season, and then they'll have 4 RFA guys, and they're not must-haves. Like they don't have to make qualifying offers to some of these guys. So they have flexibility going into next season when the extension begins. So I think they've done their homework, on the cap and figuring out what they can do and what they can't do. The question still is going to be like, okay, they're super top heavy. How do they build the rest of the team around those 4?
Right.
And continue to progress. They got to the second round. Like, let's get to a conference final now. Like, because
you always need a bottom
get to
six.
a final,
You
right?
always need a bottom 6 to make it all the way through.
And that's, if you look at the numbers, especially from last playoffs, like that's what killed them, right? So, we'll see. But I think next year, like, they got to go for it.
The one thing I do kind of like about Willie, though, like you hear this about Toronto, that it's like, the light shine brightest in Toronto and Montreal because of the media and kind of the attention. It does not seem to impact his game, period.
No, not at
Whether
all.
it was a previous holdout that he did, to that December, I forget the exact date, but he like got signed at like 11:59 p.m. to make sure he was eligible to play that year. He played great, has great playoffs since then, had great regular seasons, continues to get better. And then even, this year, it's a contract year. He could have kind of won a shell. And if anything, I think he's been, outside of Matthews popping in goals left and right, he's been the best player. So, they don't let that white noise get to him, which is good. So you need thick skin to play professional sports, obviously, but he definitely has some thick skin. Not like the Philadelphia Flyers, bunch of crybabies.
Time out for just a second while we hear about our sponsors. We'll be right back. We know hockey games move fast, but with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, you can score faster than anything happening on the ice. This week, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app with code THPN. New customers bet just $5 on the NHL and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code THPN. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/hockey for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gambling resources. NHL and the NHL Shield are registered trademarks of the National Hockey League. Copyright NHL 2024. All rights reserved. Is it new year, new you for 2024? Pure Hockey has the best hockey equipment, accessories, and apparel on the market to take your game to the next level this year. Maybe you made resolutions to improve your puck handling or passing. Maybe it's time to ditch that old stick and start the year with a fresh twig. Maybe it's time to refresh your NHL wardrobe for the race to the playoffs. Pure Hockey has it all. Whether it's training aids, the latest sticks and skates, or your favorite team's gear, get your hockey shopping done at Pure Hockey and use our affiliate link at beersintheLot.com/Pure Hockey.
Cutter wouldn't talk to us.
Well, I was thinking about this. So do you remember?
He was busy winning a ship. Give him a break.
Yeah, World Junior Championship, USA won, which is awesome.
Hell yeah.
I didn't like some of the shit at the end because that just shows like, yeah, whatever. You don't need fighting or that shit in the World Junior Championships anyway, because double IHF. But I did kind of like that the USA, everyone always talks about, our country's the best. We know it. It's okay. But like, they always have this image, like these kids are cocky, they're jerks. So like finally to kind of stick it to, some of the, the Sweden team a little bit, like, yeah, give it to us. We like the booze. Go ahead. It's not going to impact us. We're better than you. We know it. Coming out like Globo Gym almost. Like I like that.
What I describe that as, and it's not this isn't a unique thing. It's all over social media. They embrace the villain role. Right?
Oh yeah.
So everybody knew coming in that they were the odds-on favorite, just based on the roster, and they were going to have to face Sweden at some point, and they were going to have to be the bad guy, and they played the role, right?
Yeah,
they played the
exactly.
spoiler. Like Sweden, like they could have easily, won the gold there. Like they could have won the
Oh,
World
absolutely.
Juniors this year. They have the kids, like, the club and the program, like everything's good, but like, I think the US squad also embraced that, we're going to be the bad guys, we're going to be the villains. There was also history there in those birth years. So this is like I think we're at 04, 05s now, something like that.
Yeah.
So in the U18s, when those birth years faced each other, Sweden kicked the shit out of USA at the U18 tournament.
But one of the players came out and said something
and-
about that.
And they were all very upset about that because they felt like they had a great tournament, they had a good shot, and they couldn't get it done. And there's a lot of video out there, you can look it up, of them watching the medal ceremony after that tournament. USA's out there watching Sweden celebrate and all that. So they went into that final this year against Sweden with that in the back of their minds. And like you said, after the semifinal, a couple of the guys said, like, hey, we want to get back at them, and they did. So
Well, especially for like a revenge type thing, like that's almost a perfect setting.
right,
Gold medal in Sweden, your last kind of double
Right.
IHF junior
right,
tournament. I mean, so the next time, hypothetically, some of those guys will play together, and not everyone on those teams will play again, but like, they'll play each other or with each other in the NHL. Double IHF wise, it'll be World Championships or Olympics for some of them, hopefuls, obviously. So yeah, like that. I mean, there should be a movie written about it. So good.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
But just a natural setting, yeah. But I also, like, apparently Briere came out today, a little after the trade, and kind of said, we drafted him, we were happy, and then he kind of expressed he was unsure if he saw himself a long-term fit in Philly, and then I guess
Good.
kind of they couldn't get a good gauge on him at the World Junior Championships. There were some talks that he didn't even, he was kind of dodging the Philadelphia management.
No, but
Yeah, it's his
like,
decision.
I know the team people are there.
Oh
the
yeah,
guys that are already drafted. Like, I know the team
Yeah,
people are there. I get it. But if a player doesn't want to meet with you, like, my impression was he doesn't want to meet with you because he's focused on the team that he's playing on right now, which is Team USA in the World Junior Championships in Sweden, right? So he's focused on that. He wants to get the gold medal. Like, leave him alone. Talk to him after that. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to talk to you after he has a gold medal around his neck, right? Like,
And
he's
Yeah, business first. I mean, come on.
right.
But
and here's my thing: Philly hasn't been in a position to win a game of any significance in how many years? 40 years, 50 years, whatever it is. Like,
my
So-
lifetime,
Fucking
yeah.
time.
right. So maybe they don't understand that. Maybe they don't understand the focus that it takes.
Well, and the other thing too, I will commend this. I'll give this to Danny
Clearly
Briere.
not.
I will say something for him. Like, you got Jamie Drysdale, who's been a highly touted defensive prospect from Anaheim. So great. And I
Very
do
good.
think whether or not he really wanted to play for what he heard, what he said, whatever. But the fact that Danny Briere had the stones at least to go, his value in a lot of people's eyes is insanely fresh. I'm going to move him now.
Yeah, no.
So,
yeah.
Kudos on that. And I don't like kind of the back and forth thing, because I saw someone, Keith Jones said, like, if he doesn't want to be a Flyer, he doesn't want to be a Flyer, and he doesn't need to be here. I don't know if you say that about like a under 23 player. Like, I don't know how I feel about that, but now I kind of hope maybe there's a little bit of natural rivalry next time Anaheim goes to, Philly. I highly doubt it, because I see Anaheim now with Carlson, Zegras, McTavish. They have some horses there. They'll be fine.
They're almost there. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was Torts. Maybe he saw him do the Michigan or something. He's like, we don't need that shit here. I don't know. Who knows? He saw him doing it in practice.
I don't
He's like,
need that
"Trade-"
TikTok hockey.
And he's like, trade him to that idiot from Anaheim place. Just get him there.
I thought we were going to see a Michigan last night in OFBG. It
Oh.
was. I saw somebody
For
go
real?
around the net. Yes, I saw somebody go around the net, and I saw him turn his blade just so, like he had a moment, and he turned his blade and looked like he was about to scoop, but then he decided not to and went around and passed it off or whatever. I saw it for a second, and I was like, I think he was thinking about it. He confirmed. He said he was thinking when he came back to the bench, but he didn't. He said it not to. But
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about it, honestly.
Were-
I don't know
was,
if we want
Was
that.
this person on your team?
Yes, on my team.
Johnny, I need to play defense next week.
Actually, I actually think it would have been funnier.
Rigsby just going on full stick swing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. He's just going like Sammy
The
Sosa and Mark
lumberjack
McGuire
mode.
summer
Yeah.
baseball, just swinging his stick as hard as he
Not in
can.
my house.
Yeah, not in my house. Like those old golf jackhammer videos. I actually think it would have been funnier if the team that got shellacked, the guy was going to try it. That actually probably would have been funnier.
That would be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, screw you guys. I mean, there are guys in our league that could do it. I just don't.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
With the time that our league affords, there's
Yeah, true.
there's some guys that
True.
can do it.
You
They could
probably
have a
get.
couple of tries.
Yeah, so I was gonna say you
Yeah.
probably get 3 tries
Yeah.
before anybody got to you.
All right, that's it for this one. Thank you for your listen and for your support. We appreciate all of your likes and ratings and reviews and subscriptions on the various podcatchers. Keep them coming. We appreciate every single one of them. I know I speak for the rest of the guys when I say have a good one, and we'll catch you next week when our new episode drops on Wednesday. See ya.